Yes, now it's visible. Yes, please.
What is a group? A group is essentially a gathering of individuals or things. When we try to gather things of similar nature in separately from other type of things, we basically doing grouping. Why we need grouping? To save our time, to to do things faster, and to do things easily. So by definition, group by in SQL is we use SQL for storing data in relational database. And the group by statement in SQL is used to arrange identical data into groups with the help of some functions. And if a particular column has the same values in different rows, then it will arrange these rows in a group. It is often used with aggregate functions such as sum, count, average, max, and mean. And this is the syntax of SQL group by in SQL. Select column name, uh, aggregate function from table, group by column name. This headed parts in the above syntax you can use or you cannot use according to your requirement. So difference between where and having. We both use where and having for filter the records, but in case of where we use filter records from table based on specified condition, but in case of having we used having for filter the records from groups based on specified condition. It can be used without group by clause, but it can't be having is not used without group by clause. It cannot contain aggregate function where, but in case of having it contain aggregate function. And where can be used with select, update, and delete statement, but having can only be used with select statement only. And where used before group by clause, and having is used after the group by clause. Used with a single row function, where is used with single row function, whereas having is used with multiple row function like sum and count. And this is the order of execution from where, group by, having, select, and then order by. Now the example of group by. And this is a table called student. And this have student ID, student name, percentage, grade, and remark columns. And in this example, we want to count the number of students by their grade. So the query will be select grade. We want to count the number of students. So count function is used. Count is a aggregate function. Count of student ID as number of student. As is used as the alias of count of student ID from the table name from student group by grade. So here we get in grade A, number of students present are 3, and in grade B, number of students are 5, and so on. And another example, here is once again I am going to show the table, student ID, student name, percentage, grade, and remark. So the question is, find the grade in which the number of student is greater than 2. So, and write, select grade, count student ID as number of students from student group by grade having count of student ID greater than 2. Here we can also write as student count student ID as any name, but I am facing the problem in my server, SQL server. So while I am using the alias in this having clause that showing error, so I just write the count student ID here in having clause. Select grade, count of student ID as number of student from student group by grade having count of student ID is greater than 2. So in grade A, the number of student are 3, and in grade B, number of students are 5. So it is in ascending order. Sorry, ascending order, and is greater than 2. So number of students greater than 2 is here. Another example. Arrange the number of students in each grade in descending order. Same, select grade from account of student ID as number of students from student, group by grade, order by number of student descending. Here I am using the alias name here. I am not getting any error. So I am using the alias name in order by clause. So I get in grade B, number of students is 5 and grade A 3. So these number of students are in sorted order, in descending order. So you choose. Another example with case. Classify the students in 2 categories, that is pass or fail depending upon their percentage, and count the number of students in both these categories. So in select statement, we write select case when percentage is greater than 50, then it is pass, and else fail. And as category, I have in this as alias name category, pass or fail is category. And group by I can write here alias name group by category, but here I am getting the error while writing alias name in group by. So I have written the same query here. So if anyone know the reason, then let me know. And here I get the answer category. And in fail, the number of students are 2, and in category pass, number of students are 13. So another example here, it is the table. Let's consider the following data for student of a school, and with 4 columns are there: roll number, name, class, and section. And group by on single column, which I have already told you, but total number of students with same name in the same in the school. So same name. So select name and count of name as number of yesterday from school of student, this table name group by name. So I get Akash in name Akash, number of students present in school is 4, and Rajesh present in the school are 2, and so on. Group by on multiple columns, that is class and section. Number of students in a particular class with section-wise details. Means in 8th class, there are A, B, C sections. So how can I get it? Select class, comma section, comma count of name as number of yesterday. This is the alias name from school of school students. The table name group by class. Class is 8th, 9th, or 10th, anything, and section is ABC. Group by class, comma section, order by class. And I'm using order by because I want to sort it in ascending order. So in 8th class, I get section A, number of students are 2. In 8th class, there is another section B, number of students are 3. In 8th also, the section C has only 1 student, and so on. And this is my end of the PPT. Thank you, everyone.
All right. So, Ranjita, please open slide number 16.
16.
Yes. So you have written group by class, comma section, and order by class. So in this order by class, will it run in ascending order or descending order by default?
By default, it is ascending.
Ascending. All right. So I have couple of questions again. All right. So Ranjita, tell me, mm, my question is, okay. So can you explain how would you use aggregate function such as count, sum, average with the group by clause? Is it possible?
Yes, it is possible.
Okay, how can you use it? Can you provide me with an example?
Hmm. Second. Here, select grade, comma count of student ID as number of student from student group by grade. This is the example of count.
Okay. And what about sum and average? Same goes with sum and average.
Yes.
Okay. So again, explain me how can you group data by date using date function with group by? Is it possible?
In my knowledge, it's not possible.
Right. Why? What's the reason behind it?
I think it can be used with aggregate function only.
Okay. Anyone wants to answer this question? Parmeshwar, Baba, Manisha, Rakesh.
So what was the question? Can you please repeat, Jitesh?
Yes. So my question is, explain how can you group data by using date using a date function with the group by.
So Ranjita, why it is not possible in a particular day? You can have multiple number of transactions, right? If
Yes.
you want to group the transactions, based on the dates. Okay, that is also possible, right? Date wise cells if you want to find out, correct?
Yes.
So that is possible. Even if you can extract month, you can extract quarters by using date name and date part function. If you want to find out quarterly sales, if you want to find out, monthly sales, if you want to find out, where daily sales, maybe Monday to Friday or Sunday to Monday. Okay, Sunday to Saturday, everything you can do it. Okay, you have to use some date functions. Okay, like date part, date name. By using those functions, you can extract a particular day, or a particular month, year, then you can, group it. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Ranjita, my final question to you. Ranjita, explain how can we use group by clause with join operators? Is it possible?
Yes, it's possible.
Okay, can you provide me with an example or a query? Anyone on the dash? You can please write it down on the chat box. Explain how, my question is very simple. Explain how can we use the group by clause with join operators? If so, if it's possible, then can you please provide me with an example? You can please write down in the chat box the query.